Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We are live here from Eyecare Business's Facebook and YouTube pages. My name is Erinn Morgan. I am the editor-in-chief of Eyecare Business Magazine, and I am excited to be here today with Jeff Harrell, who is our friend and we know from Essilor. And he is going to share with us today here some exciting news about this incredible launch of Crizal Rock. Now, Jeff is the Vice President of Product Marketing at Essilor of America. And Jeff, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Erinn. Really happy to be here.
Oh, it's great to see you and great to kind of get to hear a little bit more about Crizal Rock. I've kind of been able to test it here at home with some great materials you folks sent, and it's definitely runs through tortured testing quite well. So folks, thank you for joining us. If you're watching here today, we're going to talk a little bit, and Jeff's going to share kind of some great background information with us on this kind of during a quick and focused discussion. We'll learn why the brand new Crizal Rock is a really excellent solution for your practice. So it's a no glare lens innovation. It's kind of here to really help that you can ensure your patients, have eyewear that is protected from common wearer habits. We're going to talk about some statistics on how people treat their lenses, which is eye-opening and a little bit frightening at the same time. So as we all know, you definitely can benefit from kind of an innovation like this. We know Crizal Rock lenses are 3 times more scratch resistant than entry-level Crizal products and 2 times easier to clean than its main competitors after extensive smudging. So that's a great thing, especially in today's world where we're all, kind of dealing with masks and all kinds of stuff going on with our eyewear. So we're excited to be here with Jeff to kind of share some of that background with us. So if you're watching here today, we'd love to know who's watching. We love to know kind of who our audience is. So folks, please feel free to type in your name or your practice name or the town where you're watching from into our comment bars, either here on Facebook or on YouTube. And as we're going through our discussion here today, please feel free to type in your questions. If you have questions for Jeff, just type those into the comment bars. Any kind of questions we can get to at the end once we're done with kind of our Q&A session here. So Jeff, can you tell us, just for background, can you tell us a little bit about I know you've been with Essilor for quite a long time. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do with Essilor?
So yeah, thanks, Erinn. For me, I just passed the 15-year mark at Essilor. It's been a wild ride, to say the least. My team is responsible for all the various products, the categories, the brands, Verilux, Crizal, Eisen, within Essilor of America across all of our channels of distribution. And really, we focus a lot on supporting our premium branded products through our independent eye care professional customers. I've been a part of a lot of different product launches, from the second generation of Verilux Comfort over 10 years ago to a couple years ago launching Transition Signature Gen 8 and now Crizal Rock. And it's been a great place to work. Some amazing people at Essilor, getting to know some great people on the Luxottica side too, as we kind of become one company. A lot of great people, and that's what has really made it worth the 15 years for sure. But really happy to be here with you. I know we talked a little bit last year about Verilux Comfort Max when it launched. Now we have Crizal Rock. Both products probably should have been in the market a little bit sooner than we wanted because of COVID. Crizal Rock was technically supposed to launch last year, but because of everything with the pandemic and the quarantine, we really had to push it back to give it its due. But it is available today for eye care professionals to order. Now, depending on the ordering system and the managed care, it's going to be over the next 2 to 3 days that it's available in various systems. But we really have a lot of hope around this launch. When I talked to some of the guys at the lab, we've already had orders before noon today, so I think it's already going to be a great success. So ECPs have already started placing orders for Crizal Rock for sure.
That's fantastic. Well, that is great news, and I'm not surprised because it's such a great kind of very innovative, advanced product, and certainly one that is in need today for sure. So, I know today is your actual launch day for Crizal Rock. So, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that and getting there. That's a huge milestone. And we are excited too because we're doing this kind of takeover, social media
Mhm.
takeover today to announce that and debut Crizal Rock to our audience. So we're really excited to be able to do that and to do this live stream and interview with you, Jeff, as a part of that. So just to kind of, teased some of these statistics before, but I've seen some of the statistics from Essilor. 77% of eyeglass wearers wipe their lenses with t-shirts, tissues, or towels at least once a week. I have to say that I am probably guilty of that on occasion myself. You wake up in the morning, you kind of grab your shirt and you're off and running, but
Yep.
not a good idea and certainly not recommended. I probably shouldn't admit that I'm doing that occasionally, but this is such a great solution for that. For I know, some of our opticians and optometrist viewers out right there, out here that are watching. I see some of you folks kind of commenting here, and thanks for joining us. Are certainly cringing at this fact, and that's a huge number, 77%. So, can you tell us a little bit about Crizal Rock? How it came, how this innovative new lens technology is such a great solution for practices today.
Well, to your point, people are taking anything and everything that's in arm's reach to wipe their glasses. And at the end of the day, when you think about the investment in vision that many people are making in their eyewear, especially from a premium lens solution like a Crizal or a Crizal on a Varilux lens, for example, you really want to make sure that you have the right level of protection for the lens in itself, because you want it to last. You don't want the glare, you don't want the scratches, you don't want the smudge. Crizal is all about clarity, durability, and protection. And with Crizal Rock, we've made a huge leap forward in the durability of the lens itself, because at the end of the day, durability is a combination of two things: the overall scratch resistance of the coating, and that's a combination of the hard coat in and of itself beneath the AR stack. And we don't talk enough about the double-sided integrated hard coat that's critical to the overall Crizal process. Some of the lab guys out there might be a little bit more interested in that. But you've got that plus the different levels of the oxides in the stack. And then on top of that, when we think about the super hydrophobic top coat, we have the smudge resistance. Because yes, we want you to have the protection from scratch, but we also want you to clean your lenses less, because you're going to scratch the lens and the microfractures every time you're putting pressure on that lens to clean it. So we've already had some of the best and superior levels of cleanability in the market with our Crizal coatings. We've now improved the scratch resistance with this Crizal Rock. So when we look at this, the combination between the two, it really is the best combination of scratch and smudge resistance in a no glare lens in the market today. And that's what we hope ECPs really appreciate. And hopefully when they're talking to their patients, they're helping their patients understand this is about an investment in their vision. It's taking and protecting those lenses for the full life of the lens, for the full life of their prescription, and potentially, even longer. It might last longer than their prescription, really. But no, and
Right.
to your point, and beyond the cloths and whatever people are doing, how many different eyeglass lens cases do you get? I personally, just based on the number of, I have 24 of them in my house today, because I have 24 different pairs of dress and sun frames. Now, that's not most people, but
You're probably a little bit unusual on that
yeah,
front.
probably.
Yep.
But most people, they get rid of them. They don't keep them. So if you're not storing
Sure.
them properly, so really this is about having that solution to protect people's glasses in the long run. And beyond that, just the host of other benefits you get whenever you purchase Crizal.
For sure. Well, to that point, with the kind of the cases, I've seen some of the torture test videos that Essilor has done for Crizal Rock. Really, and for our viewers, kind of brace yourselves for this, because they're going to throw a pair of glasses in a bag with all kinds of crazy stuff and shake it up. But that's what's happening when you throw your glasses or whatever in the bag without the case. So, these are really impressive. The videos that I've seen from you folks, drop tests from 6 feet up, shaking the lenses in a bag with loose keys and coins, and more. So the end result is really impressive, seeing that these lenses are just not affected by that. So we're going to go ahead and share one of these videos right now with the audience. So as I said, brace yourself for what you're about to see. Hundred times.
Les mêmes.
J'aimerais bien avoir les mêmes. Non, vous êtes magicien, vous n'êtes pas scientifique.
Pretty cool.
No, it's a great video. Big thanks to my global marketing partners in France for coming up with that great idea and the great execution. I don't think anybody else would have risked doing that in front of a live studio audience, so to speak. But that's the kind of stuff that we're going to do time and time again with our innovation. We want to make sure that the first time these glasses are trialed is not when the independent eye care professional is putting them on someone's face. We want them to know. For those ECPs that have already started ordering the product today, like I mentioned, want them to know that they're already it's a quality product that they can provide any of their patients. And that's the great thing about, when we talk about a Crizal No Glare with Crizal Rock, the wide availability. Crizal is a product that you can dispense to literally every single patient that walks in your door. It has the widest availability across substrates and designs, honestly, from eyes in and single vision, all the way up, of course, the best possible combination of a Harrell X progressive lens with Crizal Rock. And technically, this has already been in the market a little bit for our customers, for the ECPs out there that have already embraced the innovation in a different respect of the Ray-Ban Authentic Essilor Special Edition. Crizal Rock has already been available in the market since January, exclusively to the Ray-Ban Authentic. Now we've got it available across the entire market, across our entire range for all of our various lab channels and customers.
Oh, that's great. That's good to know. That's fantastic. So, kind of given these, common and risky wearer behaviors, we really can see, I mean, those are very common things that folks do. Drop your glasses, put them in a bag, wipe them with your jeans. Can you share a little bit about kind of how Essilor set out to make these super durable, kind of life-proof lenses with Crizal Rock, and share some of the kind of the key, benefits of these lenses?
Well, for us, we invest very heavily in innovation, and we've got a global R&D organization that's really trying to break barriers when it comes to any of our product categories. We talk a lot, whether we're talking a no glare coating, a progressive lens, a photochromic. There's all sorts of physical compromises that you have to make in some of the development, and Essilor R&D is all about breaking those compromises. We're able to improve the scratch resistance without reducing any of the superiority we have in smudge resistance, water resistance, and cleanability. So nobody else can say that. That's what we're about, is trying to break those compromises to really have the best products available to our eye care professional customers. This is about a combination of like I said, an improved hard coat process that we've installed in a number of our labs, plus, a new AR stack with what we call high resistance technology, which is a combination of oxides in the stack to improve the scratch resistance, still with the super hydrophobic top coat that we have for the superior cleanability. Our R&D has gone so far with this kind of performance that we've had to kind of change the way we quality test the lenses. The standard in the industry so far has been what's called the Bayer test for abrasion and scratch resistance to measure the haze of a no glare lens versus a standard lens. it uses aluminum. It's not as repeatable as we'd like. It's not as precise as we'd like. We had to develop our own, what we call the SRT, sand resistance test, using sand as the material to test the lenses. And that's what we're installing in our EQC from a quality standpoint to ensure that they are meeting those specs. And really, this is about setting a new standard in the industry for what scratch resistance is supposed to be in a no-glare lens and how we measure it. So all these things come together to make Crizal Rock, which is going to have still great clarity. Like I said, really the best combination of scratch and smudge. It's going to be a very high level Crizal coating to the point of 3 times more scratch resistance than our entry level Crizal, which is still great. And it still maintains the backside UV protection. That's so important, and that's why the Skin Cancer Foundation still has a sealed recommendation for Crizal no glare lenses.
That's great. Well, and these are awesome selling points for eye care professionals to know about, that 3 times more scratch resistance, 2 times easier to clean. Those are great kind of presentation points at the dispensing table, to share with patients as to why this product, is really going to benefit them. So, and just to kind of dig in for a second here, you mentioned kind of this new unique high resistance technology, and then also this high surface density super hydrophobic layer. So those 2 technologies are really kind of some of the standout technology employed in Crizal Rock. Can you tell us, just with the high resistance technology, how does that work? And then also kind of the high surface density hydrophobic layer.
Well, really, it's just about the substrate and the hard coat, and then the high resistance technology is just part of the overall AR stack. It's just some of the layers within the Crizal stack, which is probably it's got less of the thickness of a strand of hair. When we talk about how thin that is on the lens itself. Now, the hydrophobic top coat is something that's been pretty prevalent within Crizal for a while now. Both Crizal Avancé UV, Crizal Sapphire 360 UV, Crizal Provincia. We've always had that for the last number of years. HR technology, the high resistance technology is what's new, but the ability to have that in the lens, plus in combination with the super hydrophobic, is really what makes it a standout product. And beyond just the product in and of itself, it's about the new and improved process that we've installed in the labs. When you think about launching a new product in this industry, a no glare coating, a no glare lens is one of the most intensive in terms of deployment. We have a wide variety of labs in our network, from our Essilor labs, our partner labs, our independent distributors that distribute both Varilux and Crizal outside of Essilor. We've had a huge support from our operations and lab deployment team getting this process out in the labs to be able to produce this product at the standard that we want, with the service level we want. So big thanks to them in this process, because it's a long process. So
I'm sure it's a long process, no doubt. So I'll just I just typed this into the comment bar for our readers, but we just have another 2 quick questions here for Jeff, and then we'll be wrapping it up. So folks, if you have a question for Jeff about Crizal Rock, please feel free to type that in to the comment bar here, and we can address any of those. But this has been such a great lot of information, so it's really comprehensive. So Jeff, kind of looking at our real world today, right? Like, super challenging times for eye care professionals across the country, still dealing with the pandemic, coming out of, these closures and shutdowns from 2020, and recovering in their own business. Our readers tell us they're really looking for every advantage for their practice, including innovative products, and especially innovative products that kind of really make sense for patients. And we know that patients are really, kind of taking on those products, and the capture rates are going up if the ECPs have those products in play for solutions for patients. Patients are really open to kind of, purchasing things that make sense for them right now. So, kind of looking at asking you, Jeff, why is Crizal Rock really a smart solution then to have in your lens toolbox as a practice?
I mean, I think the capture rate point that you made is critical as patients are wanting to come out of quarantine, take the time to go get their eye exam, get the glasses that they probably have needed for a while. staying at home. Having something like Crizal Rock is going to provide that opportunity to provide the patient the best possible combination of products available, whether it's a Verilux, an Eisen, a Transitions, and now with Crizal Rock. Also, if you think about it, with a higher level of scratch, better durability, I'm hoping that they'll see less people come back in with the issues that they had to require a redo or a new job, because that just takes time for the practice, right? Having to process those jobs takes time. It's additional time on the staff. You want something that for lack of a better term, you want that easy button for the staff, the easy button for the patient. Crizal Rock can be that. It's got a huge availability across all the different designs, materials. It's going to be available, depending on, like I said, the ordering system and managed care. It's going to be available across managed care, iMed today, VSP Versant tomorrow, UHC a few weeks from now when they get them loaded and up in their system. So ECPs can order for any patient that walks in the door. And that's key. So, Crizal Rock is a great opportunity to upsell and provide patients something that maybe they've never had before. Crizal Rock could be a really great way to get someone into the no glare category for someone that's always, well, you're going to scratch anyways, or I'm going to break them. But having something like Crizal Rock could really get someone into the category. And so highly recommend people add this to their portfolio. We got a lot of eye care professionals out there still selling Crizal Sapphire 360 UV today. We want them to continue to sell it. Combine Crizal Rock with that, have a great 1-2 punch for Crizal in the practice.
Definitely. Sounds like a great product to have in your wheelhouse to share with patients for sure. So, and my last question for you was just kind of, where can our readers go? I've typed this into our comment bar just to learn more. But I'll do this again. So it's essilorpro.com/Crizal-Rock. Is that correct?
That's correct. We've got a whole host of information at essilorpro.com on all of our various products, be it Crizal, Verilux, Transitions. I highly encourage your readers to go there. It's on-demand information for all their needs. A great way to research the various products and decide what's best for their practice and their patients.
Perfect. Good to have great resources, no doubt. So, well, thank you, Jeff, for joining us. It's great to see you again, and we appreciate all this information. Congratulations again on a exciting new launch for the Essilor and with Crizal Rock.
Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that's out there listening. Just contact your account executive or your lab rep to talk about Crizal Rock, and they've got all the information you need.
That's great. And thank you to all our viewers and our audience. I see there's lots of folks out here watching, so thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. And stay tuned for more to come from Essilor. You'll get to see some more of these torture test videos, I believe, as part of the social media takeover taking place today on our Facebook page for Eyecare Business. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Erinn.
Thank you.